Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Caiden Cowger program, broadcasting from West Virginia. It is great to have you with us. So it is looking pretty good for Ted Cruz in Wisconsin. Presently, he is leading in every poll, according to what we have here from the Wisconsin Republican presidential primary on Real Clear Politics. And it's going pretty well in Wisconsin. Cruz is ahead for an average of 6.8 points at 40.2% compared to Trump at 33.4%. And we have from CBS and the YouGov poll that Cruz is leading by 6 points at it's at 43% compared to Trump's 37%. Margin of error is at 5.7%. And you have here from Fox Business, Cruz is leading at 42%, Trump at 32%. Loraz, I believe that's how you pronounce it, College, Cruz is leading at 38%, Trump at 31%. And the closest one is the PPP poll, Triple P poll, from and it has Trump at 37%, and it has Cruz at 38%. So Cruz is leading by one. And then the Marquette University poll has Cruz at 40% and Trump at 30% with a Cruz lead of 10 points. So it looks like, according to the polls anyway, that he is going to win Wisconsin. Now, we have a thing here. I was on Drudge Report, and they were saying, anyway, from what I saw here on Drudge Report, that based on the current situation, and it was linked to an article in the Gateway Pundit, based on the current situation, Ted Cruz will be knocked out of the race by April 26th if he wins Wisconsin. According to Joe Hoft, there at the Gateway Pundit, based on the current delegate counts and poll numbers, Ted Cruz will mathematically be able to unreach the delegate count required for him to win the Republican nomination. By the end of April, it will be clear that Ted Cruz has no chance of reaching the 1,237 delegates needed to win the nomination. Actually, in only 3 weeks, on April 26th, it will be clear that Ted Cruz cannot win. Now, presently, you have 736 delegates that are polling for Donald Trump. 463 are going for Cruz, and just 143 are going for John Kasich. So, or Kasich. Kasich. Is it Kasich? I don't know. I don't really care. It really doesn't matter at this point. But anyway, there are a total of 943 delegates that are still available. And we need 1,237 for the nomination. So, of course, the one that looks most likely to get the nomination, going by this, would be Donald Trump, because he's way ahead of Cruz when it comes to delegate count. That being said, this still does open up the possibility for a brokered convention, which would mean that Trump could not be the nominee, Cruz could not be the nominee, and Kasich could not. Well, Kasich could be the nominee, because that goes to the point where no one really, where the numbers don't matter anymore, and the Republican establishment basically selects their candidates. So, or their candidate, their nominee. So we have no voice. That's what that comes down to. So anyway, Cruz currently has 463 delegates, like I stated. Even if Cruz wins Wisconsin, which is a state whose delegates are winner take most, he will not have enough delegates to win the election by April 26th. This is in part because New York is leaning heavily towards Trump, who leads, according to polls at Real Clear Politics, as much as 36%. New York has a Republican primary where the delegates are split proportionately. So even if Cruz wins a third of the delegates, it won't be enough. This is because April 26th, there are 5 Republican presidential primaries, and 3 of these are winner-take-all. All 3 of these states in the East shows Trump leading, and this is Maryland and Pennsylvania, or there's no polling available with the state highly likely leaning towards Trump, like Delaware. So Trump is really coming out on top of everything And Cruz is really just not able to get enough momentum to push him over the edge to beat Trump and get the nomination. And what a lot of people don't understand is that, at the very least, Cruz will barely get more votes than Trump. Okay? Or I should say at the very maximum. Not at the very least, the very maximum, Cruz will slightly get more votes than Trump. But neither one of them will reach 1,237. So what do you think that means? That means that the Republican establishment is going to come in and try to deny this election to both Donald Trump and Ted Cruz, and they're going to select one of their little cronies. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. Because both Ted Cruz, and I don't care what Cruz supporters say, because really they're just so angry on, this anti-Trump rhetoric that they're not thinking clearly. Because what you have to understand is that Donald Trump is not establishment like everyone has been saying that is a pro-Cruz supporter. Trump is not pro-establishment. He is not an establishment candidate. Ted Cruz is not an establishment candidate. So guess what the establishment is going to try to do? They're going to try to deny the nomination to both Donald Trump and Ted Cruz. So by Ted Cruz and Donald Trump supporters just both absolutely belittling each other and trying to take out each other, they're not realizing the real threat here, and that's the establishment coming in and knocking out both of their guys. And then guess who looks like the idiots? It's the Trump voters and it's the Cruz voters. And because there isn't any unity between the two, you're really just handing this election over to the establishment Republicans. And they're the ones who are going to come up as the winners. Because to be completely honest with you, I think that the problem that has taken place here is that conservatives have become so adamantly sorrowed by Reaganism no longer existing in the Republican Party, that now that we have two people who really hold the closest views to Reagan that we've ever seen since the Great One himself, they have absolutely gone crazy. And they have gone to the extent of where they are forgetting we need to pick one of them, because if we don't pick one of them, we don't stop attacking both of these candidates, then the Republican establishment is just going to come in, call us fools, and they're going to take the election back over to their side, and we're going to lose again to Hillary Clinton. Because I honestly do not believe that with a brokered convention, the Republican establishment is going to be able to do anything successful. I think what's going to happen is that you're going to have a lot of people that are going to leave the Republican Party and end up going to parties like the Libertarian Party, going to go to parties like the Constitution Party, like the Reform Party, and they're just going to toss the Republicans aside. And then Republicans are never going to be able to never win another election. So that's what I am worried about. And you have John Kasich out there that is saying that a brokered convention would be fun, is actually praising the idea of having a brokered convention. According to thehill.com, Kasich predicts open convention and said that it's going to be so much fun. I'm sure it is. Republican presidential candidate John Kasich said that thinks that there's a good chance that there's going to be a contested convention this summer. I believe that a convention will look at somebody like me. And that's why I think I'm going to be the nominee, the Ohio governor said on ABC's This Week on Sunday. So completely forget about people not liking Kasich. Completely forget about the Republican electorate not supporting Kasich or wanting Kasich anywhere near the White House. Doesn't matter. Kasich is no longer involved in this election to is no longer involved in this election to get the nomination in a democratic way. He is interested in using, basically, tyrannical moves in the Republican Party to gain the nomination, basically using house of card tricks. And that's exactly what is taking place here. Kasich is hoping to steal the nomination away from Donald Trump and Ted Cruz through a brokered convention. And as a result, he is going to lose big time because no one likes him. No one likes Kasich. He's a weakling, he is a wimp, and he will absolutely run this country into the ground if he ends up getting it. I'm just telling it the way that it is. He is not a conservative. You think Donald Trump is bad, Kasich is even worse. He is not a conservative whatsoever. He is heavily pro-gay. He is heavily socially liberal. And and on top of all that, he's really not even fiscally conservative. I mean, the man is such a weakling. Just look at him. He is weak. He will not hold up a week in Washington against the Democrats. He will give in to everything that the Democrats demand. And once again, the Republican Party will be recognized as the party of losers. It's going to happen if Kasich is a nominee. I want Ted Cruz in there. I want Donald Trump in there. I want someone who is going to stand for conservatism or stand for principles, at least, that are going to get this country back on the right track, not compromise with liberals in destroying this nation. And that's exactly what's going to happen if we get John Kasich in there. They're just going to cave. And people have often said to me, well, doesn't Donald Trump want to compromise his principles with the liberal left? No. Trump has said that he believes that you have to negotiate with the Democrats, and that's what has to happen on Capitol Hill. At times, if we don't have a Republican majority, then we have to compromise. However, Donald Trump's definition of compromising, I have to remind people, is different than the traditional Washington definition of compromising. Because Donald Trump, I think it's clear, Donald Trump knows how to get what he wants, put it that way. He gets what he wants. So his way of negotiating is coming up with something that satisfies the person they're negotiating with, or the party that they're negotiating with. Satisfies them enough to support it, but Trump still gets what he wants, or the Republicans in this case. So we are learning how to negotiate the Trump way, basically. Because what you have to understand is that we have a Republican Party that does not know how to negotiate. That's why we keep compromising and forming these bad negotiations with the Democrats. We end up just absolutely caving in. And that's a massive problem that the Republicans have. And that's what Kasich does not know what he's doing. He does not know how to fight. He does not know how to stand for anything worth standing for. The man is simply a weakling like what we have seen in the past, and that is something that we do not need. We don't need several more years of this. I mean, I'm sorry, but that is going to do nothing but cause more damage onto this country, onto the GOP, and it's going to completely enrage conservatives, especially me. I will not. It's very tempting. If Kasich is a nominee, Trump will probably run third party. And if Donald Trump does run third party, I will be voting for Donald Trump. And a lot of other people will be voting for Donald Trump because they will be so ticked off with the Republican nominee. But I think that that's what the Republicans want. Because everyone has to understand that if it comes down to that, they're going to try to say, well, Donald Trump tried to steal the election. Donald Trump is stealing the election. He is ensuring that we're going to get Hillary Clinton in there. That is absolutely false. In this case of a brokered convention, it will mean that the Republican Party ensured Hillary Clinton won, because if Donald Trump ends up being the candidate at the end that has the most delegates support, that will mean that the Republicans basically paid no attention to what the people wanted and threw their own guy in there. And as a result, the people completely rejected that person. So it'll be the fault of the Republican Party, not of the people, because the Republican Party did not listen to the wishes of their electorate. And that's exactly what is going to happen, if that's the case. And here's another thing that I want to bring up to you. Everyone is talking about how Donald Trump is this liberal. He's basically a Democrat because he's contributed to the Democratic Party. Why is Donald Trump, if he's a Democrat, why is Donald Trump doing so well among Republican voters? Does it make any sense to anybody? It does to me. And the reason why is because while Donald Trump might be what many are referring to as a populist, he is actually popularizing conservatism and conservative principles. Securing the border is not a liberal policy, it's conservative, okay?
Fighting liberalism one lie at a time. Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
J.P. Morgan is now holding a record 55 million ounces of silver. Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting another financial crisis, and over time, they're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. Silver is trading below its production costs and is predicted to double by 2020. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. If you find a better rate, they will easily match it just for you. Plus, their specialty is precious metals IRA rollovers for the ultimate in IRA security. Be one of the first 20 callers today to receive their free definitive gold guide, plus their exclusive A Sterling Time to Be Buying Silver report. They have an A-plus rating with a Better Business Bureau, so call the experts at Capital Gold Group now and see what investing in gold and silver can do for you. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. Once again, that is 1-800-932-4108.
If you want to work until you keel over, have less of everything in retirement, or give back more of your hard-earned money to the stock market again, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to protect the money you save, receive a steady, predictable retirement income, and enjoy financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. You can download a free report that reveals the wealth-building secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. You'll learn how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and real prosperity without risking your money in the Wall Street casino, and how to get the money you need when you need it, simply by asking for it. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement, and know your money will last as long as you do. To learn more about this method, and to get your free report, go to 25security.com. That's the number 25security.com. 25security.com. Go to 25security.com.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Bank on Yourself. Bank on Yourself is a company that basically teaches their clients how to invest money, how to prepare for their retirement, how to reduce their 401ks, basically how to manage your money wisely. And the president of the company is Pamela Yellen. She has investigated over 450 financial products and strategies in search for an alternative task and voluntary of traditional investments. She has appeared on every major TV and radio network, and her articles and interviews have appeared in thousands of publications and websites. And she is a New York Times bestseller on Bank on Yourself Revolution. Now, if you'd like to find out more, you can go to 25security.com. 25security.com. Once again, that is 25security.com. You know, running for the presidency is supposed to be about portraying yourself as the most professional candidate fit for the office.
Caiden Cowger.
So what does Hillary Clinton do?
Somebody had to say it.
She barks like a dog.
You know? Who let the dogs out? 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 You know?
Show notes and segments from today's show will be posted at CaidenCowgerProgram.com. If you're on Twitter, just follow Caiden Cowger at Caiden Cowger.
That would be the best decision of your life. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. Great to have you with us. So, apparently, Arianna Huffington is pretty scared right now. Very scared. She believes that Donald Trump is a clear and present danger to the country and to the Democratic Party. According to Breitbart News, this is written by Pam Key, Sunday on CNN's Reliable Sources, the co-founder and editor-in-chief of the Huffington Post, Arianna Huffington, defended the Huffington Post coverage of Donald Trump. Huffington said, "We think he is a little bit like Kim Jong-un. You know, he is both a buffoon and he is dangerous. So we started covering him as a buffoon until the day when he proposed that we ban 1.6 billion Muslims from entering the United States. From that point on which we started covering him as a clear and present danger with an editor's note at the end of each story." And there are a few errors that are in this thing, and I think that Breitbart should have maybe edited that a little bit better because there's several spelling errors in there. But anyway, so that's what we have from Arianna Huffington. Now, here's the problem, all right? How are you going to honestly compare Donald Trump to Kim Jong-un? I mean, what's the comparison there? Is it just some slur like what they've mudslinging that we're seeing all the time take place now? Because Donald Trump has not done anything that could be compared to Kim Jong-un. He's not an advocate for socialism or communism. He's really the poster child for capitalism. So I really don't understand the comparison there. I mean, after all, I think Arianna Huffington's a commie herself. But, that's just my personal opinion, of course. Where's McCarthy when you need him? Yeah, so anyway. So that's what we have going on there. You have Arianna Huffington that is saying that Donald Trump is a danger. He's a danger. He's a buffoon. And I would also like to correct one other thing that she said. She stated that Donald Trump wants to ban 1.6 million, or billion, why do I keep saying million? Billion Muslims from entering the United States. Donald Trump is saying that radical Islam is at war with the United States of America. They believe that we are the great Satan. That is a fact. Radical Islam believes that we are the great Satan. We are evil. We're a horrible country. They want us gone. They want us wiped off the face of the map along with Israel. So, really, is banning radical jihadis from whatever you want to call them, is banning them from the United States all that much of a bad idea? Jihadists, I believe is how you say it. Is it bad at all? Because personally, I don't think it is. When people want to kill us, when a group of people want to destroy this country, when they want to kill all of the citizens of the United States of America, is it really all that much of a bad idea to prevent those people from entering the United States? I mean, I really personally don't see how absurd doing something like that is. I don't understand why people are so outraged by Donald Trump trying to prevent people that want to kill us from entering the United States, when it's apparent that they do. So it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But that is the liberals for you. They really just have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. Because what I don't understand is that you have Muslims. When it says in their Quran, there's not an Old Testament and a New Testament like what the Bible has. You have in the Quran where it says that if you are a non-believer, if you find a non-believer and they can refuse to convert to the Islamic faith, you kill them. All right? There's no New Testament. There's no Old Testament. That's what the Quran says. It says to kill them wherever you find them. Are we just going to completely ignore that part of the Quran? And we're just going to say, oh, well, Christians are hateful. They're intolerant. They're this or that. But the people that are chopping off the heads of all non-believers, yeah, they're completely tolerant. And if you oppose them, you're homophobic. Or, you are Islamophobic. I get sort of mixed up with all the phobics that they have out there that the liberals have invented to try to discredit anyone who opposes liberalism. But yeah, you're Islamophobic if you are afraid of people that want to cut your head off. That makes sense. Yeah, that definitely. That is definitely a phobia. So, and what's a phobia? What is this phobia? A phobia is an irrational fear of something, right? So, Islamophobia, you have an irrational fear of a religion that teaches to cut off the heads of anyone who is not a member of that religion. That is a phobia if you're afraid of that. I really don't know of too many people that are afraid of gays. So how is a homophobia thing? So that's the thing. I don't get this, vocabulary that the liberals have invented. It doesn't make any sense. It's just simple ways to try to discredit any opposition, and it's worked relatively well, I must admit. But I think eventually over a period of time it's beginning to get old, and with Donald Trump just completely making a mess of things with, the whole political correct police, it's really, I don't think, going to hold up for much longer. And that's another thing. You have the Democrats that are saying Donald Trump is calling people names. Well, they've been calling us names for how many years? How long have they been calling us names and it's been working? And the Republicans have been telling us, no, don't name call. Name calling is what people do when they run out of substance. Is that not what the Republicans have said? You don't name call. Name calling is childish. And what happens when you name call is that you end up showing people that you're not smart and you're out of facts and stuff. I've heard this for so long, but the thing that really gets me is that the Democrats have been name calling for how long now? How long have they been calling us hateful? How long have they been calling us bigots? How long have they been calling us intolerant? How long have they been calling us all of this, all of these names? And they've been wanting elections. Well, we've been what? Talking about the policies, talking about what we believe, talking about the issues, but not resorting to the childish behavior of name calling. Whether we like to admit it or not, there are a lot of low information voters out there that are unable to comprehend anything other than name calling. So I look at it this way. We are presently in an ideological war in the United States. You have liberalism versus conservatism, and we have reached Reagan's last stand on earth. Okay? Now, I think that the Republican Party should be doing everything that they possibly can to win. And I also believe that if we would have been trashing Obama as much as we've been trashing Donald Trump back in 2012, we might have actually had a chance at winning that election. That is, if you can even say that we would have won that election had Mitt Romney got in there. Because Mitt Romney has been proven to be very physically irresponsible. He wanted to raise the minimum wage. You remember that? Jack it up to $15 an hour. I mean, we have never had, or really since Reagan, we have not had someone who has been running for the Republican Party that is a conservative. And I'm telling you right now we have two. We have Trump and we have Cruz. But I think that because of all the pro-Cruz supporters out there that are conservative, but at least I think are conservative, but have been absolutely trashing Trump, I think that they might have very well cost us this election because we are biting our own heads off. And it's very unfortunate, but who knows what is going to happen with the GOP this year. But I will tell you right now, I hope that Donald Trump is the nominee. I hope and pray that Trump gets it. I think that if Trump gets it, he has the best chance at being the president, the next president. But if we continue attacking each other like what we are doing now, there's a chance that we are going to just hand Hillary Clinton the election, and she will be the next president. And if that happens, may God have mercy on the United States. Although I highly doubt that he will, because we will have done it to ourselves. So, I mean, guys, it is very concerning, this entire election cycle. I've never seen anything like it. I don't think that anyone really has, from what a lot of people who have much more experience than I do have been saying as well. But it's quite an interesting election year, and hopefully we'll be able to get beyond it as a Republican Party, and we'll be able to unite the party come the convention, and we won't go to a brokered convention, and we'll do the right thing and pick the best choice to go against Hillary.
Some say he's the next Rush Limbaugh.
I tell you, this kid's got 90% of Rush's venom with only 10% of the biomass.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Bank on Yourself. Bank on Yourself is a company that teaches you how to invest money, how to prepare for your retirement, basically teaches you how to save money. And they are offering a free report right now that you can sign up for, 18 pages, absolutely free. You can get that by going to 25security.com. That is 25security.com. All you have to do is just type in your first name, last name, primary email, and they will send it right your way. That is 25security.com.
If you want to work until you keel over, have less of everything in retirement, or give back more of your hard-earned money to the stock market again, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to protect the money you save, receive a steady, predictable retirement income, and enjoy financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. You can download a free report that reveals the wealth-building secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. You'll learn how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and real prosperity without risking your money in the Wall Street casino, and how to get the money you need when you need it, simply by asking for it. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement, and know your money will last as long as you do. To learn more about this method and to get your free report, go to 25security.com. That's the number 25security.com. 25security.com. Go to 25security.com.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-824-9762. Again, 800-824-9762. That's 800-824-9762. 800-824-9762.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Bank on Yourself. Bank on Yourself is a company that basically teaches their clients how to invest money, how to prepare for their retirement, how to reduce their 401ks, basically how to manage your money wisely. And the president of the company is Pamela Yellen. She has investigated over 450 financial products and strategies in search for an alternative task and voluntary of traditional investments. She has appeared on every major TV and radio network, and her articles and interviews have appeared in thousands of publications and websites. And she is a New York Times bestseller on Bank on Yourself Revolution. Now, if you'd like to find out more, you can go to 25security.com. 25security.com. Once again, that is 25security.com. You know, running for the presidency is supposed to be about portraying yourself as the most professional candidate fit for the office.
Caiden Cowger.
So what does Hillary Clinton do?
Somebody had to say it.
She barks like a dog.
You know? Who let the dogs out? 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 You know?
Show notes and segments from today's show will be posted at CaidenCowgerProgram.com. If you're on Twitter, just follow Caiden Cowger at Caiden Cowger.
That would be the best decision of your life. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the most listened to teenage political show in the country. Great to have you with us. So, I tell you, this stuff really drains people. I tell you, all the radio hosts that I know, they're members of their audience. I've said this before, but members of their audience are turning against them. I mean, it's so crazy what is happening here. I have an article here for you, or actually a video that I want to play. And callers are rebelling against Donald Trump, or excuse me, against Rush Limbaugh. And Rush Limbaugh has been confronted by several of his callers, saying that he is basically a sellout for Trump, that he's not warning his audience of Trump, and all this other stuff. And I just want you to listen to what Rush is having to deal with here, because it's just so absolutely amazing. Go ahead and play it.
Mike in Columbia, South Carolina. Welcome, sir. Great to have you.
Hey, Rush. I've been listening to you for a long time, and you've always said you would just be objective, not endorse candidates, not take sides. Well, this latest Trump comment on abortion, to me, is just the latest thing that shows he's just out of his league here. He's not ready for this. Look back. He didn't even know what the nuclear triad was. He thinks Japan and South Korea and Saudi Arabia need to all nuke up and take care of it themselves. I mean, to me, it's just, it's very simple. I mean, the fact that he had to retract it so fast, I mean, like you said, and I agree with you with the Chris Matthews and the Gotcha and the George Stephanopoulos, and I get that. But, Rush, come on, being objective here, I look to you as a source of common sense, and it just seems to me Rush, you practically spent the last hour and a half just trying to explain this thing and slice it and dice it 87 ways to Sunday. I don't care who he hangs out with. I don't care if he's not political. I mean, it's almost, and Rush, I love your show.
Wait a second.
Just recently, it's almost like you're going so far out of your way and almost doing backflips and cartwheels to defend Trump. It's just it's a turnoff at this point.
I'm not defending Trump. I'm trying to answer. You just said some things. Let me ask you some questions. You just remind everybody Trump doesn't know what the nuclear triad is. And you went through a whole bunch of things that you are convinced that Trump is a total ignoramus on. Doesn't know. Not total. Okay.
Out of his league.
Is an ignoramus or just doesn't know. Whatever. The point is, my question to you, why? Are you not at all curious why he's not losing any supporters because of this?
Well, I go back to one of the previous callers. He was kind of hitting on the salesman thing. My humble opinion, I think he's just a big loudmouth. And you've always talked at such length about how Obama's an empty suit. That's my opinion of Trump to a certain extent. He's out of his league. I mean, and yes, you're right. Snurdly I support Cruz, and I do. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Would you try to answer my question? Because this question I'm asking you is a big explanation for what I'm doing in this whole, not just today's program, but this whole campaign.
Okay.
Now, throughout this entire campaign, everybody has tried every which way they know to separate Trump from his supporters. Nothing has worked. Yet I have people calling here and emailing me, telling me, Rush, you have got to tell people what a fraud Trump is. You've got to. It's too important. You've got to tell them they're screwing up. You've got to tell them they got to abandon Trump. Everybody and their uncle has tried that, and all that happens is those people glue themselves tighter to Trump. No matter what flaw, no matter what ignorant remark, no matter what apparent sign of incompetence, inexperience, no matter what you mention, his support base either grows or stays the same. Does that not fascinate you? Does that not make you curious in this? I mean, or I know it ticks you off. I know it makes you mad, but does it not make you curious at all?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Then how would you do it? How would you tell people that they are making a grave error? How would you tell people that they are putting the country in their hands and they're about to destroy the whole thing because they're supporting a know-nothing? They're supporting an empty, vacuous salesman who really doesn't care about them and can't do 90% of what he's promising to do. What would you do to separate them from him?
Well, Rush, you have explained it very well, and today's not the first time, about how no matter what he does or what he says, the
Wait a
people that
minute.
are stuck.
I thought you just accused me of making excuses for him and supporting him and whatever. Now you're telling me I'm doing it the right way.
No, you explained Trump's voters.
You said you
Why?
didn't want to hear about that, though. I had to listen to an hour and a half of you two. I don't care about it. He's a salesman. Okay, so I'm asking you. This is what I deal with every day. You want me to destroy Trump. Essentially,
No.
You want me to destroy his candidacy. You want me, Rush, we've counted on you. We've depended on you. And you're not telling people the truth about it. They know. They can hear just like you can hear. They see he doesn't know what the triad is. Doesn't matter. Do you think, how many of Trump's supporters do you think know that there is no way on earth that he can make Apple transfer manufacturing the iPhone to the United States? How many of his supporters do you think know that?
I think his supporters, in a kind of for different reasons, are kind of like Obama's, what do you call them, low information people to a certain extent. And it's just those people, listen, now that we've narrowed it down, it just seems that people are starting to wake up. And the non-Trump vote, the more it's not getting split, 16 people. Now it's down to 1, I guess 2 if you count Kasich. But I just think, listen, I didn't call here today. Snurdly, what he said I was about to say and the positions I have, I said, well, that's not really right. That's kind of how he read me, and I was a little worked up when I called in. But, Rush, the frustrating thing to me is how much time you spent today. Okay, so you say you weren't defending him. Okay, I'm not going to argue with that. But to try to look at this from so many different angles and psychoanalyze this, and Trump's coming from this, that's what gets old to me.
Do you understand that this man might end up being the nominee of the Republican?
Sure.
Okay. Do you not have... I guess you're just not as curious as I am. These things are endlessly fascinating to me. I have spent however many years doing this radio. I have been unable in mass numbers to separate Democrat voters from their stupid support of their candidates. I can't separate a mind-numb robot that loves Obama from Obama. I've tried. It happens. I mean, over the course of years, you'll hear people call here and say, I was a liberal until I heard your show. But that doesn't happen in mass. And I have been studying this the entire time I've been doing this program. What is it that gloms people to other candidates? What is it that makes them loyal to an ideology, to a party? Is it personal? What is it? I've explored it because, like you, I wish everybody who supported Democrats would abandon them. My objective, and I've said I don't know how many times, the objective here throughout this whole campaign, wherever we end up, is to beat Hillary Clinton. And that's what motivates me, animates me, informs me, and energizes me. That's where this is all headed. Everything else is a distraction. It's all got to be about beating Hillary Clinton. Whoever the nominee is, you don't have any control over it. I don't have any control over it. Nobody else does. Yet we all try to do what we can to bend and shape things to end up the way we want them. So we have a circuit. This is what happened. You may not look at it this way, but I'm telling you, in terms of the presidential election in November, what happened last night on MSNBC is huge. It is huge. And if you don't recognize it because you're so opposed to Trump and you're so dissuaded by Trump and you're so angry or what happened last night is major in a damaging way, in a hugely damaging way. Because what happened last night was, if any crossovers, Democrats thinking of crossing over, here comes this war on women thing. Last night, this was, and it needn't have happened. It's all based on a phony premise.
See, so you have Democrats that are crossing over to support Trump. That's amazing.
Caiden Cowger. Keeping America straight. Somebody had to say it.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Bank on Yourself. Bank on Yourself is a company that teaches you how to invest money, how to prepare for your retirement, basically teaches you how to save money. And they are offering a free report right now that you can sign up for, 18 pages, absolutely free. You can get that by going to 25security.com. That is 25security.com. All you have to do is just type in your first name, last name, primary email, and they will send it right your way. That is 25security.com.
If you want to work until you keel over, have less of everything in retirement, or give back more of your hard-earned money to the stock market again, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to protect the money you save, receive a steady, predictable retirement income, and enjoy financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. You can download a free report that reveals the wealth-building secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. You'll learn how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and real prosperity without risking your money in the Wall Street casino, and how to get the money you need when you need it, simply by asking for it. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement, and know your money will last as long as you do. To learn more about this method and to get your free report, go to 25security.com. That's the number 25security.com. 25security.com. Go to 25security.com.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-824-9762. Again, 800-824-9762. That's 800-824-9762. 800-824-9762.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Bank on Yourself. Bank on Yourself is a company that basically teaches their clients how to invest money, how to prepare for their retirement, how to reduce their 401ks, basically how to manage your money wisely. And the president of the company is Pamela Yellen. She has investigated over 450 financial products and strategies in search for an alternative task and voluntary of traditional investments. She has appeared on every major TV and radio network, and her articles and interviews have appeared in thousands of publications and websites. And she is a New York Times bestseller on Bank on Yourself Revolution. Now, if you'd like to find out more, you can go to 25security.com. 25security.com. Once again, that is 25security.com. You know, running for the presidency is supposed to be about portraying yourself as the most professional candidate fit for the office.
Caiden Cowger.
So what does Hillary Clinton do?
Somebody had to say it.
She barks like a dog.
You know? Who let the dogs out? 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 You know?
Show notes and segments from today's show will be posted at CaidenCowgerProgram.com. If you're on Twitter, just follow Caiden Cowger at Caiden Cowger.
That would be the best decision of your life. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. It is great to have you with us. So, as Rush was saying there in the last segment, you have Democrats that were saying that they're going to cross over and they're going to support Donald Trump, and that was on MSNBC. And see, what you have to understand about this entire thing with Donald Trump is that 20% of Democrats have stated that they are willing to cross party lines simply to just vote for Trump. And they are registering as Republicans. That's how big this is. Okay? Now, I want to remind you of something. Because for many years, the Republican Party has always been recognized as being a minority party, all right? Because we don't have apparently as many Republican voters as the Democrats have. They've been saying this for a long, long time, okay? You always have the independents that are also in the mix, but the Democrats have more party members than the Republican Party. Well, here you have 20% of Democrats that are willing to vote for Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton. And if you ask me, that is an absolutely huge number. They're crossing over. They're going to register as Republican eventually, and they are going to become Trump Republicans. And that is going to expand the Republican Party, give us a bigger party than the Democrats. And you have a lot of the members of the establishment that are just completely rejecting Donald Trump as a result. And what I don't understand is that, isn't that what the Republican establishment has been trying to do for so long? They've been saying, yeah, we want to reach out and expand the umbrella. We want to bring all of these people in. We want to expand our party. We want to get more people to vote for our party. We want all of these various groups to vote for our party. And now that Trump is winning all of these groups, winning Hispanics, winning all of these various groups out there, African Americans, everywhere, winning the youth, winning this, winning that, when he's winning all of these votes, and the Republican establishment is just turning their back to Trump, it's really just amazing. They do not want to expand the Republican Party unless they are the ones responsible for it, because when you have an outsider that is doing it, then as a result, what ends up happening is that they lose control of their party, and it goes to someone, like I said, who's an outsider. So they want to expand the party on their terms. And Rush is absolutely right. Donald Trump is more than likely going to be the nominee. Rush said that he believes there's a chance. I am saying that more than likely Donald Trump could very well be the nominee unless they have a brokered convention. If Donald Trump is the nominee, we are seriously destroying our front runner, the one who has the best chance of taking out Hillary Clinton. You mean to tell me that you like Hillary Clinton more than you like Donald Trump? I'm sorry, but you must be out of your head if you honestly believe that. Hillary Clinton will absolutely destroy this country if she is the nominee. Donald Trump will do a much, much better job. I don't care, if you are adamantly against Donald Trump and you're Republican supporting Ted Cruz, doesn't matter. He would do much, much better than Hillary Clinton. And if you're a part of those never Trump people out there, you're basically working for the Clinton campaign because you are ensuring that she will be the 45th president of the United States. Donald Trump is much more conservative than Hillary will ever be. He is socially conservative. He's fiscally conservative. So I really don't understand what the problem is. He obviously supports a strong national defense on this issue of abortion. You know what the question they asked Donald Trump? If a woman ends up having an abortion when it's illegal, should there be a penalty? Well, obviously she's breaking the law. There's going to be one. Either she will be, or the abortionist will be, or they both will be. But obviously someone's going to be held responsible. Duh. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you for listening to us tonight. For more information on the Caiden Cowger program, go to CaidenCowgerProgram.com. And for the latest news exposing the left, go to CowgerNation.com. Thank you, God bless, and God save this nation.